And we're also watching this very closely. Law enforcement officials in hotspot areas, not COVID hotspot areas, it's areas of concern regarding safety. Now, they are there to safeguard these communities. This after threats of another national shutdown. Now, cast your mind back just a few weeks ago, scenes of chaos last month when thousands of people went on the rampage in Johannesburg, Pietermaritzburg, and also Durban. Authorities criticized then for not being adequately prepared. Does it look like it's going to be any different this time? Dasen, Thathiah for us in Durban, also Silindelo, Masikane in Johannesburg. Silindelo, let me come to you first for a moment. We've been hearing that authorities admit they were caught napping just over a month ago in Johannesburg. What are you hearing this morning on preparations?
Good morning, Gareth. We're here in Protea at the district headquarters for the SAPS, and we understand, of course, that a briefing is currently underway with the Provincial Police Commissioner, that is Elias Mawela. The Community Safety MEC, Faith Mazibuko, has actually just walked in. We understand that a parade has actually already taken place and that some officials have already been deployed to several hotspots. We know that over 5,500 law enforcement officials and boots are on the ground, including NDF members, and I just want to I want my colleague Joel Matala to show you exactly what we're seeing at the moment here in Protea. That briefing underway in terms of the scope of this operation, but eNCA is in possession of a presentation that we understand is the one that's being presented at this stage around this particular operation. We know that there's been what's been described as messaging on social media, mobilizing people to protest, and a possible shutdown for today. This is under the hashtag or the banner of a group called Citizens of South Africa, and they've been using various hashtags such as Ramaphosa out, untested vaccines, Black Lives Matter, hashtag Relay ANC, as well as hashtag Where's Free Education. At this point, what we understand from that presentation is that it's anticipated that there's going to be mass mobilization in hostels as well as informal settlements, and that there is a possibility of the closure of highways, the destruction of property, as well as the disruption of businesses. Now, you would remember what happened back in July, where law enforcement officials were caught unawares or caught with their pants down, and I think what we're seeing happening today is that law enforcement wants to be seen to be proactive, and that they are using some of that intelligence and intel that they are receiving. They will be monitoring today the key hotspots such as Johannesburg, Ekurhuleni, Tshwane, Sedibeng, as well as the West Rand. And what we also understand from that presentation is that the messaging that's been seen on social media has been associated to some organizations like the ANC, the SACP, the Youth League, Umkhonto Wesizwe, as well as the Youth League. And those are some of the symbols that have been seen on some of the posters as well. So at this point, we understand that the Provincial Police Commissioner will speak to us after this briefing, but we know that the boots are already on the ground and that some of those hotspots are being monitored.
All right, Silindelo, for the moment, thank you very much. We'll come back to you if need be in just a second. Dasen, Thathiah, let's go to you now. I think we all remember you in Phoenix, in helicopters. This morning we find you on the ground. And what I'm hearing from the KZN Premier, Sihle Zikalala, is they're now planning to prevent. This is not going to be a case of let's react after the fact. We're going to talk now, plan now to prevent what we saw in July. That's the sense I'm getting.
And that's the sense that we are all getting here on the ground, Gareth. In fact, there's a different mood in the air, and this was one from you know, if you look at it from different aspects. You've got the government saying that, look, continue as normal. There is nothing that has come to us formally in terms of protests or any you know, application to have a march. So they're saying today, as far as they're concerned, is a normal day. Police, on the other hand, saying, as you mentioned, they will not be caught off guard. And to that end, they have been on the roads. You know, the SANDF is here as well. So they've been patrolling. They've been stationed at various hotspots as well. Now, the reason why I'm here at this particular particular road is for two reasons. The one is that I want to show you that traffic is moving as normal. That is a good sign. The second is that earlier this morning there was a protest that took place here. That was much earlier today. But I must also say at this point that there is no link then to this planned national shutdown. And I'll give you context around that. Ongeni Road is normally a very busy road, but it's also one where we often see protests, particularly from residents in informal settlement that is adjacent to this road. And those are normally around service delivery issues. But beyond that, there's also been a sense from communities. I've been watching some of these groups, the chat groups in various residential areas around Durban, and there's a more structured approach that's being taken. You know that there were accusations the last time around about people being victimized, about searches being done illegally, about racial profiling. But this time around, there seems to be more structure. It seems that CPFs are working with the police officers in their areas, and they're trying to put together a plan, a roster of people patrolling. But what they're saying is that they can't obstruct or restrict the movement of people. All they are doing in this case is being the eyes and ears of police officers, and if they see anything, they need to contact those officers to respond. But the good news for now is that there's been nothing major happening just yet.
Okay, good. As far as the rumours were concerned, it's good to hear from both of you that for the moment there seems to be plans in place and nothing really to be too concerned with right now. Dasen, Thathiah for us down in Durban, also Silindelo, Masikane. We'll wait for updates of what comes out of that briefing a little bit later with the SAPS ahead of this rumoured national shutdown. I want to confirm that is nothing formally planned that we are aware of as yet, but as you can see, our team on the South African Morning out on the roads in Durban and also following authorities for the latest credible information from the SAPS is our Silindelo, Masikane.